Now that Governor Fubara has returned to the government house in Port Harcourt, what exactly are the expectations of the Rivers people? Well, joining me now to discuss this is Comrade Igwe Achese. He's a former chairman of Krika local government area of Rivers State and former national president, Nigeria Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG. Thank you very much for joining us on Newsnight. Well, the governor...
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. The governor has been reinstated. Thankfully, he's back at the saddle. Let's start with that fundamental question as to what the expectations of the Rivers people would be now that the governor is back.
Well, our expectations are very high. And of course, you will agree with me. 6 months of undemocratic governance in Rivers State is a big, huge setback to Rivers people, and we're confident on the dreams and ideals and commitment of His Excellency Nyesom Fubara to hit the ground running and to bring back democratic dividends that is expected by the Rivers people, and I'm confident about that.
Now, would you say that this peace, I mean, a lot of people have described this as peace returning to Rivers State, but has it come at a very, very high cost? And let me quote the governor in his, speech today to the people of Rivers State and indeed to Nigerians. He says, quoting actually former president of the United States, Bill Clinton, where he said, the costliest peace is cheaper than the cheapest war. Has this peace come at a cost? And that cost, is it going to be discovered down the line, 5 years, 10 years from now?
Ngozi, let me be honest to you. I lack words, honestly, to express the sacrifice being shown by His Excellency over the 6 months emergency rule in Rivers State. I will tell you, there is no individual, be it a governor, a member of House of Rep, who will want to accept this kind-hearted sacrifice that the governor has shown to Nigeria and to Rivers people. I'll tell you, like you rightly have heard, there's no, he stands there to say, look, no blood of Rivers citizen worth he's being governor of Rivers State, and therefore he won this peace, and this peace part is so dear to him. And that's what we're enjoying today in Rivers State. The state is so peaceful. Within the period of under review 6 months, there have been no crisis, there have been no issues that one want to allege that, look, Rivers State is not peaceful. Look, our thanks will continue to remain and goes to His Excellency Nyesom Fubara. Our thanks will go to His Excellency, Nyesom Wike, who has also shown that leadership quality to say, look, I am a leader. This peace path must be achieved. Today we are here. Our thanks goes to His Excellency, the President of our great country, who has took this path to see that Rivers State comes back alive again. And I'll assure you that His Excellency is 100% ready, committed to make sure all the stratas of governance in Rivers State is being, is on the road running to achieve what is expected for us.
The governor in his speech did not fail to underscore a point, and I wonder if you listened to that speech completely. In paragraph 3-4, where he, stressed the point that he chose not to cave in to pressure, to challenge that tongue-twisting word. It's still very, constitutionality of the declaration of emergency and the suspension of democratic institutions. He does underscore that point, that there was a lot of pressure for him to go to court to question, the legality of this emergency rule. What do you make of that?
Look, let me say this honestly. Thanks to His Excellency, who was not perturbed to say, look, the pressures cannot deter me in the line of peace. And if you watch all through this 6 months period and his commitment and the series of meetings he had with Mr. President, you will understand the sacrifices of this great leader. He's an icon of peace today in Nigeria. He's an icon of peace to Rivers people. And the world at large has also seen this kind of sacrifice that can never be gotten anywhere. And I'll tell you, he felt, look, why would I challenge these issues of emergency rule? His commitment and sacrifice, look, to our dear leader, our former governor of the state, the minister of FCC, is so much so dear to him that I'll tell you, so much love for our dear leader, Wike, in terms of his governance style, that you would see that is why he decided to toe this path of peace. He does not need to go to say, I want to challenge these whole issues when he owes a respect for.
Would you say, if I may come in,
Wike.
If I may come in, would you say that decision on the part of the governor has served the Rivers people well? Has it served democracy? Has it served Nigeria, especially when you look back, a number of years from now? Has it really served democracy?
Well, no, let me be honest. History is made as long as our democratic system and settings are consigned. But I'll tell you, this sacrifice that was made by His Excellency is the needed sacrifice to avoid the loss of lives, to avoid economic setback in Rivers State. Within this period, you see this 6 month period that investors are still going about their businesses without being molested or being harassed. Market women were still going about their market businesses and the rest of them. So that sacrifice is so there. And that is what we are so happy and we're so proud of our dear governor who has told this part of peace. Right. And also say thank you to our leader who has also said, look, peace must come to stay in Rivers State.
Would you say then that joining the APC will be part of, this path to sustained peace in Rivers State? Because there seems to be a lot of talk around, the possibility of the Governor Nyesom Wike, leaving the PDP and joining the APC.
Well, Ngozi, His Excellency has never at any time said, look, he was going to move from PDP to APC. But I'll tell you, the truth remains that the Rivers people love this governor, Fubara, organic love, so deep in their heart. And I'll tell you, wherever His Excellency wished to drive the democratic administrations into, Rivers people will definitely follow him. If he chooses to remain where he is, we will stand with him. If he chooses to move to any party, APC or any other party, we will stand with him. But I tell you, he is committed. As at this moment, that I can assure you that at this moment, he's focused on on hitting the ground running to bring back democratic dividend to Rivers people and to see that the economic activities in Rivers State, come back to life again as expected.
Of course, a lot has been said about, whether lessons have been learned. Of course, the governor himself did make that point in his address today. And he also stressed in paragraph 9 of his speech, let me quote, "I hereby reaffirm my utmost loyalty and eternal gratitude to Mr. President's kindness." Interesting choice of words on the part of the governor there, don't you think?
Of course, indeed. Very interesting was, choice of words by the governor. Look, to be honest, you know what Rivers State means to the economy of Nigeria as a whole. And as such, we cannot afford to allow any crisis to take over Rivers State. And that goes a lot to affect Nigeria as a whole. And that is why we appreciate His Excellency, our president of this great country, to have taken this step he took to see that, Rivers State is peaceful, Rivers State is calm. And I'll continue to say this, we are grateful to Sir Fubara for his sacrifice. Because if he had not taken this step of sacrifice, I wonder where Rivers State and this country is going to be. Thanks to him. And that's why we are so proud of him. And we'll continue to stand with him. We'll continue to work with him. We'll continue to do the path he wants to choose to see that River State, is back alive again as expected.
Right, thank you very much. Comrade Igwe Achese is a former national president, NUPENG, and former chairman of Krika local government area of Rivers State.